What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Our edition Holy Try football podcast, simulcast. It's me, AY. Community people, the capital of the blue state, the Commonwealth, Pennsylvania. To my west. D-Berg, what's up?
Sad state I'm in currently. The literal state.
It's true. Can, to my east, what's up?
Decidedly happier over here. Holiday cheer in full swing. Things looking up for, if you're a Penn State fan, which I'm not, for ball prospects. So things could be worse.
Yeah.
Weather's chilly, though, again. Crummy weather. Very rainy.
Yeah, it was pretty windy tonight on the old jaunt, but yeah, holiday cheer. Lights are up. Got the tree over the weekend. Things are good.
Artificial?
No, I'm a real.
Do you go crazy? Do you get like the $120 ones, or you just do like a?
Last year, yes. This year, I said no. So I actually got one. I was in Bloom for holidays. So I got one up in Bloom, and hauled it, drove it an hour 40 back here.
You better double tie that.
I put it inside. It fit. I put diagonal inside in a bag. It was worth it though. No hiccups. Chelsea wasn't really sure what that thing was, but yeah, worked out. Paid half the price.
Good. Douglas, what is it? That's the expensive one, right? Douglas fir.
Oh, there's all kinds of furs. All kinds of furs. We went Fraser fur this year.
Fraser fir. Okay.
Tim Fraser fur.
Tim Fraser fur. Yeah, a little different, but yeah. So we bought local, the small town folk. But yeah, lights got up.
Tommy Fraser fur.
Decor. Spirit is good. We got 3 Christmas films down so far. Probably top out around 6 or 7.
Now, will Die Hard be there as a Christmas film?
It will not. No.
Have you ever seen Die Hard?
I've never seen it all the way through.
Is it a Christmas movie?
I've seen the argument there. Maybe I should actually watch it all the way through, but I don't know.
We'll be watching Violent Night.
I'll pass on that one with the guy
No,
from
not
Stranger
one.
Things, right?
We'll be watching that one. Speaking of nights, if you look out the night sky tonight, today's history is not history, but a science lesson. Look out your night sky. Clear night tonight. A few clouds, but not bad. Windy tonight. You'll see something very bright next to the moon. You wonder, what the heck is that? I was staring out for a while. Couldn't figure it out. I was like, is that moving? No, it's not.
Elon Musk.
No, it is Jupiter.
Huh?
Very bright. Near the moon, so check it out.
I will check that out. I can't see out of the window right now because the blinds are closed.
Can you see this guy from your place?
Let me see.
I mean, just with all the lights, all the light pollution you have.
Can't see the moon. Can't see. Oh, hold on.
Cool.
I can't tell if that's a light or not.
Yeah. That's fine. Well, for all you out there in the rural areas, check it out. So we're week 14, championship week. None of us are participating. Like in years past, most recently last year, fake slide Kenny. The year prior to
Did
that,
happen.
Penn State is actually the last of the 3 of us to appear in a conference championship game. So there's
As
that.
I jokingly pointed out at the last time I saw Ken in person, it's been 2 times Pitt has participated
That's
in a
true.
conference championship game.
Since Penn State has participated. It's true. It's true.
It's the old Thokish would be jealous of that one.
Doki.
He may have tweeted it multiple times, actually, for all I know.
I haven't seen him in a while.
After repeatedly saying he's not going to talk about Penn State at all.
So we are championship week. Okay, slate. Two very big marquee games. 2 Extra games that I'm really intrigued, excited for, which we will get to. But first, let's go over last week quickly. Out of us three, you guys just both had dominant games. Well, Penn State didn't dominate.
It was not dominant.
That got a little weird there for a little bit.
I was expecting a straight up L.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh.
No, that team.
I've seen too many weird things happen with that Michigan State team.
That team is
True.
bad.
You are scarred. You are scarred.
The catches they were making were very Felton Davis-esque. Very Felton Davis-esque.
That was not a good team, but Penn State woke up eventually.
Before it was too late, they did it.
I didn't even realize they were only up 21-16.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
And the fourth down.
So we were all lucky because we all picked them, right? We were all lucky to get the cover.
We were very lucky.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was ready for the outright loss.
Yeah. Michigan State was thinking on the field. So yeah, Penn State moves on. Await their bowl fate, which I guess we can get into that now, Cam, since it's part of a little
Travel
bit.
plans are being made.
Travel plans being made. It looks like
So the Rose Bowl does not have to go by the
They do
letter of
not.
the law here. Now, if you're the Rose Bowl, normally you want the best team. Oh, sorry. What's up, Dan?
No, I was saying I think they will be forced not to go by the letter of the law because Michigan will likely win. But
Right.
if Iowa or no, who's Purdue? Purdue. I couldn't even remember who won the West. But if Purdue wins, then they get it, right?
I believe so. They get it, like no matter what. yeah.
Can you corroborate that?
if Purdue goes, they would go. Yes, they would go.
If they win,
just,
they'll go. Okay.
just like Tar would go if they won.
Okay, so
Got it.
Rose Bowl probably doesn't want. I haven't seen the reason. I'm assuming they don't want Ohio State. One, their last year. Two, no one's going to play, right?
I don't know why they would if
Exactly,
they didn't play
exactly.
last year.
That's exactly.
That's exactly. All right, that's what I figured. So then you go to Penn State, who was there a few years ago, but they do travel.
They travel. They would definitely go.
What if Purdue plays Michigan in a great game?
They wouldn't? They still wouldn't get taken as like a full
No,
loss.
Purdue hasn't been there in 20. What was that? Drew Brees last time they were there.
They could. It's not that they wouldn't be. They wouldn't be able to be taken. The Rose Bowl would definitely take. Also, I think that Purdue would not be within range of the second choice. Like that. The caveat in there is that they do not have to take the next highest ranked Big Ten team if it is in the same range as the other team that they're taking. Purdue would not be in the same range college football rankings wise after that.
This is just,
Cool.
I guess, what we get into next. This is just further pounding home my belief that there's only 3 bowl games. 3.5 if you count my Hawaii Bowl on Christmas Eve. Like, this is sad. Come on,
What are the 3 bowl games?
the 3 playoff games. It sucks, and I hate it. But the Rose Bowl is here picking and choosing because guys aren't going to show up.
And that's what I was just going to
What do we
point
do?
out because despite the Ohio State sit-outs last year, they still ultimately got a great game. Did they see a TV dip maybe in this red state that I am in currently?
No, I don't think
Are they up on Mount Pius and saying, "Oh, you disrespected the Rose Bowl by having these guys not
No,
play"?
it's not that. It's much more the travel part of it, especially with it being on Monday this year, New Year's Day. They're not expecting that that strong of a showing from the Buckeye country, especially after being there just last year. I think the opt-out part of it is less of a factor than that.
So you just think it's because it's back-to-back years?
Exactly. Back-to-back years, 2 out of 4 years. That is definitely the driving factor here. And from what I've read, the sources are saying Ohio State has actually told the Rose Bowl, don't pick us, pick Penn State.
Which is all silliness to me, just for the record, but I've already stated that many times.
Yeah. But I don't think it's necessarily the opt-out part of it.
But those bowl commissioners or whatever bowl chairs have to earn their $500,000 somehow.
Yeah, this what a circus. This is ridiculous.
It's pathetic. I mean, it's pathetic, but you know.
Cue the Taylor Twellman. What are we doing?
But it's part of it's the imperfect part.
That's what makes college football so amazing. How imperfect
To
it is.
some, maybe one person on this triumvirate currently, but it is like conversely with
We lost him.
the NFL. NFL is like a little too on the nose. Like everything's perfect. The only reason you're not okay, we back. The only reason you're not good after 5 or 6 great seasons is because of incompetence. It's not, you can't cry poor or anything like that. Whereas college football is so bizarre, and it annoys me, but I still like, its other non-faults. So
How much
I have a
longer?
weird relationship, I guess is what I'm saying. I wish I could go back to when I was like 15 and have that relationship with college football.
Agreed. How much longer do will we have bowl affiliations with conferences?
I hope forever.
Forever.
I hope forever,
So-
but at least in terms, because at least you'll send teams there.
But you realize in 2 years we could get like UCLA versus Washington in the Rose Bowl. Like what?
That'd be something.
Yep. I mean, I'll watch them. My thing is always been for the last, well, not always, has been for the last handful of years. I don't really care for the nose thumbing that goes on there. Like we made it to this bowl and you made it to that bowl. Whenever it's non-playoff.
You know for sure half the fan base is going to say, well, we made the Rose Bowl this year.
Oh yeah, the Rose Bowl. Rose Bowl still means something.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
half the fan base is going to be like, we made the Rose Bowl this year. Then people were like, okay, well, how many ranked teams did you beat? Like,
Yeah.
look, I hear every day how good, living here in the state, being not a fan like Can. Another 10 wins this year.
Yep.
Okay, well,
10 wins is not worth as much as it was.
Like, I get it. You won 10 wins. And obviously, I'm not going to say anything because Notre Dame lost to Marshall. Like, I get it. But, like, who's like, then it's like, I'll sit in our breath, like, who's your best win? Like, I get it. You guys are a good team.
Best win. I mean, they beat Ohio, MAC champion,
Purdue.
and Purdue. MAC
Like,
Big
I'm
Ten
not-
West champion Purdue.
Like, I'm
Two
not saying Penn
champions.
State's a bad team at all. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
people around here, obviously, being in the heart of it, like, you hear it from just Joe Schmo.
Yep. I mean, they had 3 bad quarters the whole year. That's
10 and
my
2, and we're going to the Rose Bowl. Okay. Well,
They had 3. That's my counterpoint to that. Well, we had 3 bad quarters the whole year.
Hmm.
I mean, you can nitpick about some of the games and they won, and against Northwestern or whatever, but they had 3 bad quarters. They had one, not even a full quarter against Ohio State,
Yeah.
and the 2 bad ones, despite I guess how the writing was on the wall in that Michigan game.
I think
Still-
those were 4 bad quarters.
But there was 2 points, or no? Were they leading? I can't remember.
They
down
were
one.
leading in the third.
yeah.
And then but they were down 1 at halftime.
They were down 1 at halftime and then leading
Yeah.
after the first possession of the third.
Right. That's what I would come back with if I were
No,
arguing with AY. I mean, I think it's all nonsense unless you're
Most of these
playoff.
people couldn't even tell you half the 10 wins. Well, they could probably get like 7, but that's not the point. So we could have a trip for Kent. Dan might be going to Can's place.
Oh man, you'd have to kidnap me if Pitt plays Iowa in the pinstripe.
You got a place to stay.
You'd have to kidnap me to take me to that game.
At
I
this
think they would get really high ratings for people's interest in the game, just how gross it would be.
Yep,
At
some
this
really
point,
bad offense.
We're trying to find a way to get Notre Dame versus Pitt in a game.
Where are they saying Notre Dame's going to go now? Are they just going to take like the
I
what
think
was it again? The Dukes.
I think it was always
They going mayonnaise?
It was, either an SEC opponent in one of those southeastern venues or Holiday Bowl.
Mm.
I don't know. I think last I saw was Mississippi State in one of those bowl games. Leach.
Leach could be his swan song. Rumors that he's retiring.
I think Notre Dame will show up in the bowl game like Penn State.
Talk about a smash and grab there.
We'll get to that. Although Michael Mayer's not going to play, probably. Besides that, yeah, we'll get to that. Pitt last week, Dan.
Dan,
Yeah, they won.
you
Dog.
did.
Yeah, they took it to him. Congratulations to those guys who feel somewhat validated on the team. You're not getting much more than that out of me. There's been this whole narrative for those that have to actually create daily content, of which I am not. Though I do listen for 25 minutes a day, that because they end up starting 4-4, can you somehow glean something from having a perfect November? To which, of course, my answer is absolutely not. Because as we've already, knowing the rules of the game, which is a demented game in college football, since I just said that 7 minutes ago, when you don't have any momentum sustained from actually winning 11 games in the conference, flawed however it may be, it's like, okay, now we're just going to say, okay, great job, guys, for 8-4 after starting 4-4. Not the school of thought I come from, but it's better than losing, I suppose.
It is a good finish.
Yeah. But yeah, I won't be one of those. I won't be glass half full about that. We'll just say. Because now, okay, what happens with the roster in the offseason? There's already been a couple guys transferring. There's a couple more commitments that weren't all that highly rated, which is why it's like, okay, well, we didn't lose like a 5-star quarterback. That could have. We lost a 4-star quarterback to Notre Dame, but nothing like generational that could actually conceivably put Pitt in the playoff conversation, even a 12-team playoff in the next 2 or 3 years. So nothing like that was lost. There's a glass half full take for you, but it is, that's just going to be the way it goes, I think, and as it should be, in my opinion. Objectively speaking, in a vacuum, however you want to qualify it, I think that's totally fine. I don't know how well it's going to work for some of those kids, but they should at least be able to do it if they so choose, for whatever reason they choose to do it.
What did you think of the other action in the ACC, namely the flag bearers in Clemson?
Pathetic. I guess since I'm just going to be Mr. Glass half full, somewhat validates Scar's win over Tennessee, not just the Calzada against Alabama last year having a night for the Rat Milk and Beamer. So that should be a program that feels like it has some momentum. But disappointing for Clemson. I mean, they had I don't know if it would have mattered, the final score in the Ohio State-Michigan game. I tend to think it would have, if they get the little bit of help from TCU losing or USC losing. But certainly that all out the window now, and I'll be interested to see what type of performance they put up. Obviously, talk about the game later, but I don't know if you guys felt any differently. It's just a weird one because they felt so solid, not national champion solid, but certainly playoff solid for 2/3 or however long into the season, 3/4.
Yeah. My computer's not asleep. I'm trying to figure out how. Not a good game, obviously. Bad loss. I get it. South Carolina had the nice win, the nice momentum now, but I'm trying to figure out how bad Cade Klubnik must be.
Right. That's a very valid point. I was wondering that myself.
because
Is this Dabo doing his loyalist stuff?
yeah, that uses perfectly. If they're trying DJ out there, 8 of 29, 99 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 1250 on the ground. I know Dabo is. He seems very loyal to his guys, but at what point do you go to Klubnik? Because this has not been working all year. But then I think, how bad must Klubnik be during the week? He's not even getting a shot.
Right.
Like,
Because that's the defense. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, they're in trouble. Neither.
I mean, he's still a freshman. I think they definitely need an overhaul of the system, though. They definitely need some new coaches in there. Dabo,
Good.
he could do what he wants to do there. I mean, he's responsible for the biggest run, the best era of Clemson football that there is, and I think he's got a ton more slack left on that leash. And I think I think he's not stupid, and he'll make the changes. Will they be the right changes? I don't know, but he'll make the necessary changes here. I'm sure that he sees the writing on the wall the last 2 years. Plus, he's got a bunch of old assistants that are back on the market now, right? Or back out of jobs now, right? He'll be welcoming a couple home.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do because team we should talk about and have been talking about, Florida State. I don't know if I'm going out of order here. Got it done. Rivalry game, weird game, very bizarre. Friday night.
Good game.
Florida came out humming, I would say, for the most part. FSU punched back in a big way. I think that they scored 24 unanswered.
To take the 2-touchdown lead.
They had the 2-touchdown lead and then lead and then blew that. But that's a team. It seems to be what the era pointed up. If nothing else, by the fact that at best the other teams in the ACC have the era pointed sideways. So if you've got
in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
What's that?
In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Yeah, exactly. The Clemson slightly tilted down, and then everybody else kind of is what they are. Miami, which would be the other fastest riser option, probably is going to take some time. I don't want to bag on Cristobal. I could have done that 7 minutes ago, but good stuff from FSU. And I need to figure out what exactly – I tweeted something in the offseason about them, but starting to – how weird does that look, that LSU-Florida State game? Talking about the A&M Miami game last week, I know I mentioned how telling that was for those two teams' seasons. But LSU, FSU, it was just, I guess, the week one messiness with the muff punts and whatnot. But other than that, I guess their competitive play between each other held up nicely through the
Speaking of which, do you want to talk about AY's old coach there in BK?
Talking about missed opportunities. I don't know how much of a realistic opportunity it was because I don't know. I mean, they still, even if they had won by, say, 10, Georgia would still be favored by what? 11 points?
Yeah.
We're picking at what? Around 17. So I don't know how realistic that, but oh my gosh, how do you let that game?
Jimbo's ready to be in the top 15 for next year. That's for sure.
Yep.
Stop.
I mean,
you know what's going to happen, AY.
Well, one thing is you see the talent, but two, a lot of that talent is already in the portal. You're seeing people going left and right down there. The season obviously didn't go the way that the big money brokers wanted it to go, and as a result, from what I understand, a lot of that money dried up for these big NIL deals and these kids coming aboard for that. And now they're looking for other places to go because they've been bamboozled.
Have you talked to Walker, though? He said the other night once oil goes back up, they'll be rich again.
Ocker paying attention to the world economy.
Alker the economist.
Ocker the economist,
And the F1 expert.
F1 expert, eyes on OPEC. He's got his eyes in the Middle East as well as Qatar and Saudi Arabia, along with Texas oil money down there in Houston. Those were the two major upsets, right? I guess another top 10 upset in Oregon.
New Mexico State.
No, well, that well, that wasn't a top 10 upset, but that was the biggest upset I think of the weekend. We can talk
So
about
much
that
that
later.
I'm pretty sure Jerry Kill just scheduled another game,
Valpo.
Valpo, to try and get bowl eligible.
Yep.
Very nice. And would that count? That would that count?
They already have an FCS win. Let's see. They do not.
They
So
got
that
their
would-
waiver
Oh
grant.
no, they beat Lamar. They beat Lamar, so I don't think it would count.
Speaking of FCS wins, what do you make of App State's 6-6 record not being bowl eligible with a win against Texas A&M, but also 2 wins against FCS schools?
It's a weird one.
It's weird, but 2 FCS, you can't do it.
Can't do it.
So, sorry.
James Madison also not bowl eligible. But Oregon, what I was getting to before, the other top 10.
Go ahead, yep.
They were up, 31-10? Or 30? Was
Yep.
it
Madman Lanning.
Madman Landing, and 34-17, I believe, as well in the fourth quarter. Before I think it was a dropped punt, and then it was like 2 touchdowns in like 60 seconds or 80 seconds or something like that. Immediately bumps him back into the lead. What do you make of Jonathan Smith? Do you think he's hit the ceiling there in Corvallis?
I think he's just getting started.
Oh,
I like it.
interesting to see
No,
what
I mean,
in the Pac-12.
I don't think so. No, I think that they could win it. I do. Someday, stars
Someday.
align. Sure.
Especially in
Now
the
the question is whether he thinks it.
and stays.
What he wants to do.
Yeah. They the Pac-12, what it'll look like in a couple of years, who knows? That was impressive out there. Obviously, there was the other big game down there in Los Angeles that AY took part in. I don't know if he wants to touch on that now or later.
Yeah. Alker was there for that. He was fired up. It was just more of the same for USC, turnovers. Caleb Williams being amazing.
Mm-hmm. But I think their defense has actually taken a step forward the last couple weeks.
A little bit. They came out with their heads on fire, and then got up 10-0 early with the.
And Notre Dame kept fighting back. Notre Dame did not go into the night quietly.
No, Notre Dame had the fumble by Pine, the mesh fumble there. That was rough. The pick, across the body was rough. The pick was set up USC at the Irish 25. Notre Dame's fumble was on USC's 25. Notre Dame stopped on 4th down with the tight end sneak on USC's 25. I think the biggest thing for me that game, besides Williams' elusiveness, which was very impressive.
Yes.
I mean, you gotta be able to get him at least 1 or 2 of those times. That's just, he's going to get away. He's going to, but 1 or 2 of those times you just have to grab hold of his jersey and leave your feet. Just let your body weight, momentum, gravity, it's science. Let it take over. His elusiveness, just get him down 1 or 2 times. Obviously, the 2.5 turnovers, we'll call the tight end sneak a half there. That was rough. Compounded with Notre Dame's rush defense. It was they were just selling out to try and stop Williams, I guess, in the pass, and Jones gashed them. I haven't seen a running back do that since Fofana. But no, on the side, that was just straight up run game. That was gross. I get it. The game plan was with Williams. They were gonna give that up. That was just frustrating, and just so many backbreaking plays. We started out 8 of 10 on third downs, just rushing. And then the ultimate crusher was 3rd and 17. That turned into a 15-yard gain, which then turned into the best RPO of the year, probably, or the best zone read of the year, where Caleb Williams seemingly took the ball out of Jones's hands 3 yards down the field. I feel like he held it that long and went unscathed for the 12-yard touchdown. Frustrating, just so many backbreaking plays, but no credit, they did hang in there. Tommy Reese's game plan changed, not quickly, but I thought he adapted nicely to what USC was giving them. They were selling out for the run, which you saw earlier. The hair was on fire. Expedited really got going. Expedited a little bit. Diggs never did. But they attacked the seams, the wide side of the field. Pine was, aside from the turnovers, I thought pretty great. So frustrating, not deterred. I feel like if Notre Dame played them again this weekend, I would predict the same thing. I'm not backing down for that.
Where do you sit on for next year?
I was literally gonna just say I was gonna close with
Early.
I was going to close with you just took it right. Yeah, I was gonna say I would like to play them again next week, and now we are left with the bowl game and 9 months of who is the QB1 next season. I have no idea.
You know, I got to go with my countrymen, or at least half of one, at least.
At least half of one. Look, I mean, I said to you guys, I couldn't believe Pine was 20th in passer rating. Incredible. I saw some Buckner guys the other day talking about his film from the first 7 quarters this year, how great he was despite the lack of everything around him. I do get the line was awful the first month of the year. I don't know. And then you got to throw in the wild card of a possible QB transfer. No, I have no idea, Ken. Buckner might play in the bowl game, though. And, I mean, I hope he does. Might as well get a head start here.
Might as well. What was his injury? It was labrum or collarbone?
The AC joint?
Oh, okay.
That's collarbone area, right?
Yeah.
Something collarbone, shoulder, something around the clavicle, but not something up there. But he's been practicing, so he might play in the bowl. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, annoying.
October 14th, Irish Trojans.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, they'll be. Yep, it's
Back-to-back weeks? No. Ohio State the 23rd. Wait, do they have a double bye? What is this schedule? Hold on. Middies in Dublin, August 26th. So is that a week 0 game?
Yeah. Oh, maybe we had.
Anyway, what is the schedule? They play Tennessee State week 2.
It's the first FCS opponent ever.
Okay, I see. So they've got unscheduled dates against Duke, Louisville, NC State, and the Armpit.
The ACC still has not.
Pitt making their return to South Bend for the first time since 2018.
Will there be boots on the ground?
I heard during the senior day game that Pitt was going to be Notre Dame's senior day next year. Notre Dame's last.
That'd be interesting if they did it that way. Yeah.
Notre Dame's last 2 senior days, the total score I think is 98-0.
Bad news.
So something's got to give.
Who are you picking in that game?
So it was Georgia Tech and BC. So not saying a lot. I'll take the points. We'll see who's favored.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see who's favored.
We'll see.
Who knows what that offense could look like by then for both teams?
Who knows? Yeah, screw off USC.
We haven't talked about why you're in a sad state over there, Dan. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
The other
yeah.
top 10 upset.
No, the only reason I'm in a sad state.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. So the reason why I am literally in a sad state. Ohio State, bad last 10 minutes. Not a
The
great
non-Commonwealth of Ohio.
non-Commonwealth. I thought you were going to talk about my Huskies
Oh,
giving Wazoo the business in the Grapple Cup.
well, it
And
wasn't.
then
It wasn't.
the weirdest technicality.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Utah Utes get the tiebreaker. I still don't even understand what it is. It's whatever it is. It's one of the dumber reasons.
It's not as bad as what Mexico would have had to go through.
The yellow card.
Yeah, the yellow card tiebreaker. That
It's
was
up there.
the sportsmanship tiebreaker.
I would actually say this is dumber because two of the three teams tied in the Pac-12 for second place. A team played another team and lost.
Twice. 2 times. Or they lost to both teams.
No, so the team participating in the Pac-12 championship played a team they were tied with and lost. The
Twice.
team they
right?
lost to. No, they didn't play. Utah didn't play Washington.
Oh, okay.
So-
Never mind. Sorry, I was counting
The
UCLA.
team they played to and lost.
I was counting
played
UCLA in
lost-
there.
Yeah, Oregon lost to the other team they were tied with, Washington. Somehow they end up, despite the literal loss and the transitive loss, participating in the Pac-12 championship. Very silly. I don't even care what the actual explanation is. It's dumb. Then, yeah, but I mean, not the same thing as last year with Ohio State. I think a lot of Ohio State fans, if they could have picked a track meet, which looked like they were getting into, they would have taken their chances in that. But
I mean, all
you
the excuses from last year.
Yeah.
The snow. That's what bothered them with the fast track they wanted. They had perfect weather this time around.
Yep. Gave up what? I mean, the half dozen gigantic plays. Hard to win, even if you're Ohio State, when you do that.
Yeah, it's the zero defense, no safety help across the board. Left them very susceptible to the big play, obviously.
And even more troubling is that they couldn't return fire at all with offense.
Yeah, that was very strange. That was strange. What I do want to contend with is people saying that it was a blowout. This Ohio State was within one score. And there was
10 minutes
two
left.
two late touchdown runs, huge touchdown runs that blew it wide open, right?
Yep,
But
correct.
for the SEC folk that are talking about the Ohio State getting absolutely blown out at home, the score looks like that. But those that watch the game know. I mean, how was Michigan even in that game in the first half? Nobody knows.
Right.
Ohio State should have
Big plays.
should have had a much bigger lead going into halftime. But credit to Michigan where it's due. They weathered the storm and they kept landing the body blows. They kept kicking the calf in UFC right then and
Yeah, that's
eventually
right. Very good. Very good.
very good. Eventually Ohio State crippled. They couldn't keep up and it must have been something, and I love the boots on the ground. You stoking flames in the office.
Oh yeah.
You should throw some of that.
People in
In
the office one day's head. So of course I had to say, yeah, you look at that Notre Dame game, and then you fast forward Michigan game. Not a whole lot of improvement. Not a whole lot of improvement. A lot of the same problems.
Well, it's not blown out. It's not like one or two people say that. There is a vocal contingent that are
Not
fed up.
surprising.
They're done with day, which is amazing.
Not surprising. Yet
The guy's
still-
got a
it's
90
still
winning
pathetic.
percentage through his first 4 years. Been to the national title game.
Yeah, played the national title.
Uh,
Probably should have played it too, to be honest.
yeah, I mean he's
Through
undefeated.
no fault of his own.
He's undefeated in Big Ten play, aside from this one team. Right?
It's fantastic.
But that's the way it goes, and this is eerily reminiscent to John Cooper The John Cooper era had a couple of national title contending teams that stumbled in the final game against Michigan. Could they be headed towards a similar fate? We don't know.
And look where that got him.
Yeah, exactly. Look where that got. It is crazy to think about, though. There are players that are leaving Ohio State right now, 3-year players that never beat Michigan. They did not play in 2020. They lost last year and they lost this year. They're going to the NFL, going early to the NFL, did not beat Michigan.
Yeah.
That's astonishing to think about. I love it. Oh, I love it. I love the angst, all the angst that there is. But if you're a Penn State fan, which I'm not, you cannot be happy about the another challenger emerges, or not just another challenger. There is another big boss that you have to face. Every season. When for so long it seemed like it was one dragon that you're chasing after. Now there's two. That you must
True.
So Michigan takes Notre Dame off the schedule, and now all of a sudden they're good.
Coincidence?
The last time they played, Michigan handled them pretty easily, didn't they?
Yeah, the 6 times before that it was different.
Oh, you're sounding like Ohio State fans now. You're sounding like an Ohio State fan now. 2 in a row. Yeah, what about the 14 out of 15 before that?
Ohio State 2 in a row. That's a streak. One is a one-off.
It's been how many days? It's been how many hundreds of days since Notre Dame's beaten Michigan? They can do that though, right?
I guess they could, yeah. Offers do that.
Anything else to recap from rivalry week? Throwing the records out.
Yeah, Wazoo let you down.
TCU took care of business. They killed them.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I guess.
Boise won.
Boise?
West Virginia won.
UCF tried their best not to go to the conference championship game.
The war on I-4. My lone future that made it to championship weekend.
Do we need to touch on the cell? There's been a lot of cell action.
No,
We did a couple.
It's only going to crank up more.
I love it. We can touch on that next time then.
Yeah, when we have 9,000 bowl games. Army won again. Army playing Navy 4 bowl. Throwing the records out.
Buffalo playing a makeup game for the bowl. 4 bowl.
For the Bulls.
For the Bulls.
All right. Let's get to the games, but before we do, so there's 5. Are there 5 teams alive for 4 spots?
Yeah, I think Ohio State is the team in.
If TCU loses,
And USC loses.
Well, I guess it depends on how TCU in the strange event that they lose 48-10, would they drop out?
should they drop out?
Yeah, should they drop out?
Well,
I think yes, but it's weird because I'm always a beat every team on your schedule proponent. My theory does have a crack in it if that's the actual conference championship game, which will be put to the test. I'm just so annoyed by them.
I think the 2 are in. The top 2 are in. I think TCU is basically in, even if they lose a close one, or even if it's like a 2-touchdown loss. But
So
go ahead.
if TCU and USC both lose, TCU is safer.
TCU is safer. That is 100% true.
That's true. Yeah.
Are they bulletproof? I do not think so, because if they lose 48-10, I could see them not getting it.
If TCU and USC both lose,
Who's
is Bama in play?
Yes, Bama's in play.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Bama is in play.
I don't think so.
Why is that?
Second.
I think the top 3 are in.
So they have 2 losses by 2 points, right?
Even with the 48-10 loss to K-State.
Or no?
Yeah.
They lost by a field goal to Tennessee, right?
Even with that, top 3 are in. USC, if they lose,
Which I think they will. Spoiler alert.
Wow.
if they lose,
I hope not. I've got the -3.
if they lose, is
2.5.
Ohio State in or USC in?
If USC loses,
Yeah.
Ohio State's in. Oh well, someone brought this up because that if you listened to Boo talk about it yesterday.
I did not.
I don't listen to that word he says.
He said somebody asked him, can Ohio State and Bama switch places even though neither of them are playing? He said yes, they could. And the reasoning being, Ohio State's loss to Michigan can look worse if they lose to Purdue.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Or if they unimpressively beat Purdue.
Exactly. So I think Ohio State is in for the most part if things go the way they ought to go.
Okay, a few more questions. Who do you? Let's assume Michigan wins.
Yes.
Who do you want in 3 and 4? Who do you want? Who do you want to see in 3 and 4? Assuming 1 is Georgia, 2 is Michigan.
I want USC and Ohio State.
TCU at 3 and then Ohio State at 4. I do not want a rematch in the first round. No.
I want USC. If you could draw it up for me, Georgia 1, Michigan 2, USC 3, Ohio State 4.
With the TCU loss, okay. But that's not happening. TCU's not going out unless they lose 48-10, maybe.
Okay.
I hope they lose.
Would you be okay if we got somehow Michigan, Ohio State 2-3 matchup?
I don't think that they would do that. No.
But would you?
I would not be okay with it. I think they would manipulate the rankings and put Bama at 3 in that case.
Yep.
And Ohio State at 4.
Okay. Off that, who would you pick, Ohio State or Michigan?
Or they could.
Ohio State.
They are favored 2.5.
Yeah, Ohio State is favored on the neutral field. It would be basically a Georgia situation again here.
If you're Georgia, which of the other teams in play do you want to see the most?
TCU.
And then
USC.
I agree.
Yes.
They don't want.
They want no part. They are. I can tell you right now. They are shitting themselves about potentially having to play Ohio State in a semifinal.
Dude, that'd be bad.
Yeah.
Ohio State's been not good all year, but who knows?
Yeah. But you know that they, especially coming off a loss like this, if they get a chance in there,
They have 45
This
stars.
stupid. I'm sorry. I have to punch back on TCU a little bit. This is no surprise. I'm staying on brand for how I've been the second half of the season. That team, you say that, Ken, they have to lose 48-10. They were losing 28-10 until effing Kansas State's third-string quarterback came in. Like, it's a joke. I'm sorry. They are a joke. They're worse than Cincinnati that made it last year.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
But they can't.
Well, somebody's going to have to turn their
If
brains
there
on.
was a stronger
They
team,
lose to Kansas State, which I think they will, and I certainly hope they do. Somebody needs to turn the brains on of the committee and say,
if Ohio State had lost a close game, like an even closer game to Michigan,
yeah,
I would say a loss from TCU would put Ohio State. If Ohio State had beaten Michigan, or the only reason they're not in is because of like a close loss to Penn State, even if it isn't because of this last loss to Michigan. Basically, the only reason TCU is this safe is because everybody else has been that ass. The rest of the field is just trash. Right?
but I think if USC, I think USC would have a pretty strong resume with only a 1-point loss and avenging that 1-point loss. I think, and they have some nice wins, certainly some dominant wins as well. That TCU, I'm sorry, I don't give it that much credit because the Big 12 had a higher floor than every other conference. If that makes sense, I don't give them any credit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I'm so bothered by them.
I can't believe I'm the highest on TCU.
Oh, I can believe that.
I think the most impressive to me was, I think, that Texas game.
Yeah.
That was the spot. They were 7-point dogs.
Yep. Yep. But and then the whole like the Spencer Sanders weirdness and that when they beat Oklahoma State, my darling Pokes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just didn't they have a weird skillet game too?
It was 34-42, I think.
Yeah.
42-34 over yeah.
But that was every bit of it, right?
Yeah, that was a weird
It wasn't
game.
like backdoorage from SMU.
They played Tar Wilton State. So.
Tar Holton.
Tar Holton.
TCU was -7 at Kansas. I remember that game. Yeah.
Yeah, Beam came in.
West Virginia, the matter was in doubt. I'm sorry, and I get it.
So-
Like, if they go 13-0, I have nothing to, perfection is perfection. But
So your
they lose,
game control,
they gotta be
Ham's
out.
game control
Gotta be out.
metrics are leave much to be desired.
they have got to go if they lose. I'm sorry.
I mean, they escaped Baylor with that fire drill field goal.
Exactly. How do you run the ball with 14 seconds left and no timeouts in college and still win the game on the road?
Amazing.
So
Jalen Hood Shafino, is this the guy that was committed to Pitt?
Yeah. Where'd he end up at?
He's at Indiana right now.
Okay.
He's 4 for
Indiana
6,
takes
10
a lot.
points halfway through the first half. Pretty good start.
Better or worse, Indiana takes Pitt's players.
I don't know if we asked this, but I'll close with two more. One, if TCU and USC both lose, who gets in then?
Then I think
TCU and
TCU
Ohio
probably-
State.
Yeah.
TCU and Ohio State.
So we don't think Bama has a chance.
Unless it's 48-10 again.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, if you're thinking within that lens, yeah. But if they both lose,
And
I mean, I would rather see Bam in there.
Yeah.
I know.
the committee wants TCU and USC to win.
Yes,
Absolutely.
that would make it easy.
That would make their lives easier. Yes. For
Four conference champions.
Yeah, if you're
boom.
looking in the
They'll be
context-
done. They'll be done with the bracket by halftime of Michigan game.
But that the overlords, college football overlords, want them to both lose. Well, I guess USC is kind of a wash.
I want TCU and USC to both lose.
If USC
They want-
loses on
They want
Friday,
TCU out of there.
if USC loses on Friday night, what is the conversation all day during college game day? Well, nobody's watching and everybody's watching the USA game.
That's the thing. I mean, they can say whatever they want. No one's going to watch it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Besides, like
I'll be watching it.
Yeah, Ken will watch it. Ken will put this. He'll track the U.S. game.
Yeah, I'll track the US game, but I'll be listening to game day to Herbie.
Yeah, at the beginning when we mentioned about the World Cup taking precedent over college football, Ken
I was affronted.
he was taken aback.
I was affronted.
This is like when
Wait,
people
what?
said that the Ohio State, the Penn State game should be on over the World Series.
Oh yeah,
Athletic
Oh, yeah.
arrogance.
athletic
College
arrogance,
football, ignorance.
college football arrogance.
All right, I guess we should get to some picks so we can see what
It's 55 minutes in.
does happen. We're gonna blast.
Well, I pretty much gave all my picks, so I don't
Yeah.
really did.
All right, let's go. Let's
My
do
heart
it.
and my mind are insane.
Sporting round it. Let's go.
Yep.
Jalen Shafino Hood is doing crazy things right now. He's got 13 now. They're barely halfway through. They're not even at the under 8 yet. 12 points. They counted that as a 2. Why would they? That looked like a 3.
All right, North Texas, UTSA. UTSA
Points.
is pretty nice for a group of 5. I think they're top 5 or group of 5, but that'd be a little strong. But 8.5's a lot here. I'm going North Texas.
You. Latrell, head coach for North Texas.
Yeah, I'll take the points here also. All on Mean Green.
Is their head coach getting any?
Latrell.
Not Latrell. The who's the road runner?
Trailer.
Yeah. He's 29-9 there. That's insane.
They got a good program there.
Yeah, he does. What is his name? Jeff Trailer?
Yeah, Jeff Tractor Trailer.
Who's the basketball player that was his name?
Robert.
Robert Trail?
Yeah, Robert Trailer that was 400 pounds.
You-
Tar USC.
I already said I have the -2.5. I will.
You're on USC. Dan's on Tar.
Yep.
I'm taking USC here, and I really hope I'm wrong.
For a wide strength of schedule here.
Yeah, Whittingham said today or yesterday about how, y'all have USC in the playoff, so why are we playing the game?
Ah!
Spicy.
He's ready. My only concern here is when was the last time the Pac-12 was in the playoff? Washington.
Yes, they've been twice. They've been twice.
Whistles, right?
They,
Go Whistle.
you said it, Dan.
They're due. They're due.
Just,
If there's a couple
Well, not that they're due.
slight grabs on Jordan Addison's shoulder
yeah,
pads.
there might be a
There's
few.
gonna be quite a few people out in out in LA the headquarters? I don't know.
I think they're in San Francisco also.
Oh yeah, they might be in the Bay Area.
Just a little nervous about the old stripes there.
There'll be
K-State, TCU -2.5.
Dan, go ahead.
No, yeah, your Cats, and this is the actual reason is that they had them dead to rights, and then their third string quarterback had to come in. I think they'll be ready if that happens again, though. Too much pressure, and have liked Kleiman pretty much outstanding hire. He's delivered.
Outstanding. I'm
And
thinking 2003 here. Darren Sproles, L. Roberson,
Just light it up.
lighting up
35-7, you're saying?
lighting up Oklahoma. They'll light up TCU here, but TCU's still going to go to the playoff, just like Oklahoma still went to the BCS championship game after getting lit up.
Yep. If TCU made the playoff, it would not be as stunning as that.
No, but what were the dynamics there? USC still couldn't make the BCS championship after Oklahoma got their asses shit on. Their shit was-
Or they went upside down.
yeah,
And
their
that was
shit,
also
their shit
the
pushed
year
in.
Jason White won the Heisman.
Yeah,
Award.
exactly.
Multiple robberies.
Multiple robberies. Who did they play in that? LSU. Oh, yeah, it was LSU that played them.
Yeah.
Justin Vincent.
Okay,
Skylar Green.
I'll go in K-State too.
Oh, we're all on the cat.
Look, these two games, I think there's no facts here. We're off memory. What are always the two better conference title games? The two best ones are always Big 12 and Pac-12. SEC,
SEC's is pretty good.
it hasn't been good
They
since
don't.
like,
They have some
Auburn,
real
Missouri.
blowouts.
They haven't had a good one in a while. Big Ten.
No, the Georgia Alabama one was fantastic.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
the fake
one of
punt.
every. I'm saying.
Justin Fields' fake punt game was good.
That one was good.
2018.
Okay, that one's in the middle. We'll put it at that
Yeah.
third.
So you had last year, Bama blew them out. 2020, Florida. That was a good game.
That was pretty good.
Florida.
Big 12
I,
is
I,
always the
I'm,
closest.
Florida, I'm a Dan Mullen truther still. 2019 LSU hammered Georgia. Yeah, and then 2018 was the
That was the
infamous
Georgia-
fake punt with
That was a Jalen Hurts comeback game.
comeback. Yeah, and then the year before that was
That was the year before
Georgia
that was
killed
Auburn,
right?
Georgia. Auburn, Georgia revenge. Yeah, Georgia revenge.
We'll put SEC tied for second on Pac-12. Because
I would put it
Pac-12,
behind those two. Yeah.
Pac-12 is good because the favorite always sucks.
and this TCU Kansas State game is at noon on Saturday.
Yes.
So
They'll know.
if it happens the way we think it's going to happen here, or if USC loses in Friday night game, what is the conversation going to be like the whole back half of this Saturday? I can't wait to hear the fodder.
It'll all be about USA.
Oh, will it be?
Knocking out the bloody Dutch.
I mean, I'll be locked in, but yeah, I'll
I
let
cannot
Dan-
wait. Oh, they might have a chance.
We'll pick that last.
Okay. Yeah.
Troy Coastal, the line's 8.5 because McCall not playing. Rumors are he might play. I don't think it matters.
Did you skip the Ohio or on purpose?
Oh no, I saw your cursor there. Well, speaking of quarterbacks not playing, both quarterbacks might be out this game.
Rourke out, but yeah.
I think his name's Finn. Is it Finn for Toledo? I'm
It's,
going
there's
Toledo.
a fit involved. I don't know if it's his first or last name.
I'm going Toledo -2.5. That's a low number here, up in Detroit City.
I'm taking Ohio.
Quarterback for Toledo. I'm going Ohio as well. Penn State SOS.
Yep.
As well as Pitt 2019 SOS.
There you go.
That we get
And 2005 SOS when they lost to Ohio.
Will Chadwell be coaching this game is the question.
We
True.
don't know. Will McCall play? We also don't know.
Mike Brown not happy about USF administration maybe bungling away a chance at Chadwell. Chadwell, I think, talking to
I think he'd be better than Dion to begin with.
yes, exactly. That's what Mike Brown feels as well. But I think he said Chadwell's been talking to somebody else as well. I forget.
Colorado.
No. Let me see. What do you say about Chadwell? Chadwell has been sitting at number 2. Doesn't like sitting at number 2.
Is he talking to the Broncos?
Maybe. I don't know who he's talking about. I lost it. He's had so many updates on the coaching search. It's ridiculous.
He's locked in. Pivotal coaching decision because when's their new stadium going to be done?
I don't know if it will be.
It might be like it might go the way of the Panthers practice facility. Anyway, which game are we on now? While Can's
Troy
looking for these-
Coastal. McCall probably out if he does play. He's hurt.
I'm taking him irregardless.
I'm
I
not.
think
That
it's
team absolutely rolled over against JMU last week. I don't know what to do with them.
All right.
Troy's D is nice. Can break the tie.
I'll take Troy as well.
LSU Georgia is another. All these quarterbacks hurt. Is Jaden Daniels playing?
I haven't heard. I haven't bothered to look, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to win anyways.
I'll take this. I'll take the points here, though.
Yeah, I'm going 31-17 Georgia.
Georgia, they just control the game and they don't care about the score.
As
They
long as
really
they're
don't. Yeah. What was the game against Kentucky that they won like 16-7 or something like that?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
What if Georgia loses 51-0? Are they in?
Yes. They're in. They can lose 100-0. They'd still get in.
Georgia 44, LSU 20. Yeah. Roll over Brian.
AY Georgia, Dan and Can. Let's see.
UCF Tulane. This is a good one. 2 good ones in a row here coming up. I cannot get a read on Tulane. I thought they were going to.
Tulane, I mean, we don't. Fritz looked like he was out the door. Now he's back. I'm going Malzahn to win a championship here. He got one in the SEC in 2013. He does it again here.
Yeah, I've been calling from his office all year.
Yeah.
Believed, despite them getting hammered by Holton Annis and almost losing to USF. The quarterback, what I have noticed, the quarterback indecision troubling. Also injuries going on there as well.
Rice Plumlee's been hurt. Hasn't he?
Yep. JR. I still think they can build. That was last year, right, when Oregon got hammered by Utah twice.
Yep.
And I don't know if they necessarily hammered them the first time, UCF, but I'm going to go with that recent event being the like they won by 7. I feel like it was
Was it a
2-score game. So they were 24-7, 31-17, 38-24. So yeah, I'll go with that. 38-24 this time.
I want to go HP in the office pool, but I think the experience, Malzahn and company. I'm definitely taking the points. Yeah, I mean, on the points, I think office pool. I'm going to take Tulane to win by 1. That'll be a very low confidence.
Okay.
Great, it's awesome game here. Fresno, Boise.
Oh my god.
I believe in Hayner.
I don't know. Both these teams are gross. Can't do it.
What?
I'll go Hainer.
Hayner has been a buzzsaw since when he's played, not even since
When he's back, right?
when he's played. They've got this Fife guy who was terrible. They lost to who with him? Who was their only Mountain West loss?
They lost to Con.
Well, they lost to Con.
Oh, Con's nice.
Con's yeah. Can't slander Con. But yeah, they got hammered. Boise worked them good. People are gonna be like, "Oh, Boise beat him by 20 already." Nope. This is a different quarterback,
Different team, Sally.
different team, and that was in September. That was on October 1st, October 8th.
October 8th, which actually was the first game for Taylor Green for Boise. Once they inserted him over Box Suckett in the lineup, his team's, 6-7-1 since they put him in there?
They snuck out of Laramie though.
They did. That was they lost to LSU. I mean BYU. Snuck out of Laramie. They snuck out of Ass Force too. Look, Fresno is awesome at home. Their ticket sales are through the roof. Home crowd is legit there. But they're going on the road. I'm taking Boise by 7, rooting for Fresno.
Okay.
I think it was like 2-3 weeks ago where at the same time we just said Boise sucks.
Yep.
But you're taking Hainer as well?
I'm taking Boise.
Oh, he's taking
He went Boise by 7.
Go Hannah though. Purdue, Michigan. Like, this is like same as last year with Iowa. Like, what are we gonna do here?
Yeah, I think they'll run all over him. They're gonna kill him.
I mean, it would be hilarious if Purdue won.
It would be, but yeah, it's not. 42-14 here.
I'm going 23-11.
Oh my god.
I don't know where the 11, how they get to the 11. But.
I want to say we saw this last year. But Iowa is Iowa. Purdue, O'Connell. I mean, at least they can throw it, right? I don't think I'm
They're gonna try to.
I don't think I'm with the can here.
A dusting.
All right.
A dusting.
And then the capper. How many people will watch this game? Is the question.
I'll watch it.
I'll watch it as well, but
It'll be on the pad. I don't know for how long, but it'll be on there at some point. Well, actually, this will probably get the night slate stinks. Actually,
Yeah. It's awful.
This nice slate is disgusting.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna have Michigan Purdue on unless it's
This is close.
like close to halftime. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not.
No implications in the ACC title game.
This has turned into
Where does the champion go?
Orange.
Orange. I will go Clem 38-27.
I will. Yeah, I'll take a 10-point win also here for Clemson.
I will too. Both these teams are absolutely limping in,
Yep.
and
It wasn't that long ago. I was saying, could we talk about two playoff contenders in the ACC, despite its stinkness? And then they've lost 3 of the last 4 games since. Woo!
Woo!
We don't do a lock for championship week, do we?
We don't.
we'll put it up there. That is, I will tell you. Last week when I did say it was full circle, I considered last week the final week of proper locks.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean we'll We'll pull it on here. Cam's feeling good about it, so yeah.
I'm locking up USC.
I'm going Cats.
Oh.
I'm going. I'm going Boise.
Ooh.
All right.
One game to pick. Dan, do we have a chance Saturday morning?
One final game to pick.
Here's my. I'm not quite the every 4 years soccer fan. I pay attention.
Oh, little pat on the back. Patting yourself on the back.
The old Barry Horowitz.
Yeah.
No, I pay attention to all the major international competitions
CONCACAF.
throughout the World Cup cycle.
CONCACAF.
God,
The
No,
Euros.
CONCACAF,
The Euros.
Euros.
I watched the Euros.
You know, I pay attention to the qualification. I pay attention to who's good in the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A.
Serie A.
I barely pay attention to. That's just League One, right?
that's
League 1.
that's a stupid league, yeah.
Um,
Bundesliga.
what am I forgetting? Oh, Copa America.
I don't mess with that, but yeah.
Copa America is the South America or the CONMEBOL.
Liga MX down there.
Well, then no. That's a
That's
bridge
a
too
little
far.
northern. Yeah.
That's a step too far.
I don't go that far. Or MLS. I exclude MLS. I couldn't tell you who's won. I know the Columbus.
I saw.
Crew
Is Messi coming to MLS?
Not yet.
might be, yeah. Inter Miami,
The-
right?
Mike Brown will be.
Yeah, he might be going there. The latest, the MLS Cup a month ago was incredible.
I didn't watch it. Sorry. Who won it? The Union? Union.
LAFC won in penalty kicks over Philadelphia. LAFC got it was 1-1 going to overtime, extra time. Philly scored, and then LA got a red card. Doesn't matter. Bale with a header in the 116th. Extra time. LA won PKs. But yeah, you didn't miss
All that being built up.
It's the
to
only game I
qualify.
watched all year.
To say I'm not fully qualified because I played 3 years of my life, watch sparingly, but I do follow. So there's somewhere between, and I think I'm actually glad I'm not too close to the sun on this because people that freak out over like a random U.S. Saudi Arabia friendly, then want to fire the coach, they have mental health problems. But I think I'm on the side of the way they played pretty much the whole group stage, including obviously the match against England. You should have faith that they can play with these power countries, so to speak, soccer powerhouses who have either won or played for World Cups in recent years. So I think you got to go with the U.S. plus a half for the second straight week. It's their show. In 90 minutes, obviously. Plus a half. And I think it's another added time, extra time. I really wish they had the golden goal. Back to some of those.
Oh.
Last year they had it 2002.
Maybe, yeah. Not, I can't really remember it, so that must have been it.
That will make it for so much, you know. It's obviously is, in my opinion, it's designed to very deeper, more talented teams at that point. Because you can't just say, okay, we'll park it for 90 minutes and then go get the golden goal 5 minutes into the added time. Or additional time, whatever you want to call it. I think they go down in 120. I will go 2-1. Sadly.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I think if we get a 1-1 game into extra time, and probably Gakpo scores extra time.
Yeah.
It's been super encouraging. The play the first 3 games, aside from the second half of Wales and the last
Last 20 minutes.
20 minutes of Iran, but I think that
Yeah.
is more so due to the tactics that were played. I mean, you're going to be taking the brunt of the attack when you go five in the back. I mean, that's what you're designed to do. So I think they didn't really have a chance to decide hold on for dear life. I would not have done that. I understand, park it all hands on deck. I still think you need to have a little bit of full aggression, but I'm just sitting here on the couch. So, but I do respect coaches who do, kind of stay after a little bit. If Doug Peterson was a soccer coach, he would have threw on an attacker. We're getting that second goal and not have to worry about a thing. Which leads me to, I haven't really heard this mentioned. I haven't listened to a ton, but I think U.S. needs a true number 9, and they just don't really have one. And the link up play with Pulisic and Weah has been nice. The run of Aronson last week, the other day, and Sargent. But Gio Reyna, I get the calls for him, but there's no. I can't even saying this, but there's no Josie Altidore type.
Oh.
I couldn't stand him, but he was a hulking figure up there. At least could possess the ball. Take on the center back, feed it, do whatever, just a presence.
Just ask Spain, 2008 Confederations Cup.
Spain's only number 9 really in the last 15 years with Fernando Torres. Oh, I guess now they do with Alvaro Morata having a second half of a career resurgence. Where's that at Chelsea? I guess when Spanish players go to Chelsea.
Oh, Veer.
He was smaller though. But when Spanish guys go to Chelsea, they go to die, and then they get rebirthed elsewhere. So it'd be nice to have a true number 9, because U.S. has been great getting to the final third, but finishing there has been the issue. Not for lack of chances or creativity. Defensively, they've been stout. Turner's been awesome. So we'll see. James has been everything. As a captain, it's been awesome. And hopefully Pulisic's good to go. And there's a little more magic. Would not be surprised at all if America wins this knockout round game. So we'll see.
And shout out to the Aussies making through.
Shout out to the family.
Shout out to
Socceroos
the
made it through.
Socceroos, all
Yep.
grit.
2 more days of group stages to go. 4 more groups to be settled.
Now, who's your team left here, anyway? Morocco, right?
Yeah, I need Morocco to advance.
Just to advance, not win the group.
Well, both, but yeah.
Did you
Either.
give it 10-1?
Yeah. 10 to win.
What is this? So they. Oh man! So. Wow! What? That is going to be a wild. When's that? Tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow, right? E and F tomorrow.
Yep.
Oh man, that's going to be wild. And that is at.
10.
Whoo-hoo-wee. Set your streaming apparatuses for that.
Here we go.
Yeah, if Morocco can beat Canada, and Belgium can take out Croatia, Morocco wins the group.
That'd be sweet.
News hot off the presses as of 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, the Rose Bowl.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Well,
You can read it.
we are in for the 12-teamer in 2024.
So that means only. Wait, so does that mean it'll start this upcoming
the
year?
regular season 2024.
That's what I thought. So this is Penn State's last chance to make it into a true 14 playoff. Ken, are you nervous?
I think it's their best chance as well.
I don't, but it's up there.
It is up there.
Third, I would go. Well, going into a season, second best chance.
Next to 2017.
Well,
Third best chance when you consider they actually won the toughest conference
Yeah.
in 2016.
if you don't make it, Ken,
Still robbery.
if you don't make it, you're still the same number of playoff wins as Notre Dame.
It's true. True playoff wins. 14 playoff wins. So Notre Dame will never be able to host never be able to get a bye in this new format, right? But they'll be able to host.
Perhaps.
But they'll be able to host an opening. Oh yeah, if they stay independent,
Perhaps.
perhaps.
As the initial proposal had Notre Dame capped at the 5 seed.
Right. But so they would still be able to host an opening round game, right? But they would not be able to get a bye.
Perhaps.
Is that perhaps?
Perhaps.
If they can't host the game, then that means they're locked into a 9 through 12 seed.
Ah.
So at that point, like, I guess they just aren't eligible.
No, but the 9 and the 8. Okay, 9 through 12. Yeah. Okay.
So AY, you picked what? You were talking about number 9s. I referenced and I missed the last bit because I was looking up. That was actually the 2009 Confederations Cup. That outdoor scored against Spain in the semifinals. So what did you pick Holland?
Yeah, 2-1. Yeah, I could see. I mean, yeah, USA's got a legit chance in this game. Absolutely.
Can
Yes.
your prediction?
I think
While you're watching game day, who will win this match?
How many minutes?
Is Pulisic said he's playing?
He said he's playing. Yeah.
How many minutes have you watched thus far?
I watched the entire second half today. Is that today or yesterday?
Yesterday.
It was yesterday. I watched the entire second half yesterday. I watched
USA. England?
I watched the opening game. I watched Jester Weah score.
Bloody Welsh, yeah.
I did not. Did I watch any of the other one? What was it? England
Black
one?
Friday was England.
Friday. I did not watch very much of that one. I don't think. What time was that game on Friday?
2.
Yeah, I did not catch much of that.
You were moving shit.
I was.
So you got back to the wall.
I've got the Netherlands winning, I think.
Okay.
In PKs.
You got-
In PKs.
Japan, admittedly in a tough spot, after
Yeah,
blowing into the Ticos somehow.
They had everything they wanted on the silver platter, and they tripped
Yep.
massively.
And then South Korea plays who now? They play Portugal.
Yes, they need to win against Portugal.
They need a win.
They need a win, and they need a lot of
That
lot
group
of
has been pretty electric.
yes.
Aside from
So here's the thing.
I watched some of that Ghana game when South Korea came back and scored 2 goals in 10 minutes.
that was,
Yeah.
that was a fun game. And then Ghana got the third late.
Yeah. So they need Uruguay to beat Ghana, right? Or tie with Ghana. No, beat Ghana. So then everybody's 1-1-1, right?
I still think Uruguay's the best team in that group. But
Well, Ghana lost to Portugal.
So they need Uruguay to tie it with Ghana?
Probably, yeah.
They need everybody to be 1-1-1, right?
Let me check the table.
Well, Portugal's through.
Portugal is through. They need the other three. They need everybody to be 1-1-1. South Korea's 0-1-1 right now.
Uruguay
Right.
plays Ghana, so if Ghana and Uruguay draw, then Korea's gonna need to beat Portugal no matter
Yes.
what.
Yes.
And their goal difference is -1. So if they beat Portugal and Uruguay and Ghana draw, the goal is
They'll get
for-
through.
So the goal is for being Ghana's side. Oh wait, yeah.
Uh,
Korea has to win. Yeah. I'm sorry, yeah. Korea wins. Ghana draws Uruguay. Ghana's through. Unless Korea wins by
A
2.
lot.
No, just
2.
2. Just 2.
2. So they need to win 2-0 and then a draw in the other game. That's what they
Yes.
need.
Yep.
Is that tomorrow or Friday?
Or if Uruguay beats Ghana, that's the preferred result. Because they are -2 goal differential.
Yeah, but if Uruguay beats Ghana like 2-0 and Korea wins 1-0, then Korea advances because they have more goals
Yeah.
scored. So yeah.
So that's what you really want, Ken.
What do you need?
You want Uruguay to
Uruguay.
beat Ghana. Not by too many, though.
Not by 2 minutes.
Just
So
root for
Uruguay
Uruguay
to win.
1-0 and call it a day. Which they haven't
And
scored
always
yet.
interested
But they
in
haven't
the, in
post a
the
lot.
Asian sport. So are you cheering for both Japan and South Korea?
I'm
You
cheering
going
for South
continent
Korea.
first? You going
I'm
continent first?
cheering for South Korea for friends' interests here.
Fred's interest.
Friends' interests here. But otherwise, I could care less. I think. I want to see Messi win one. I think.
No, screw.
He got gifted a penalty opportunity today. Did you see it, AY, by the way?
I did go back and see it. Yeah, both.
Chesney
him-
with the little, he went to paw one away, tip
Both-
it out.
both he and the other cock from Portugal were gifted penalties this tournament, and they both missed them. Oh no, Ronaldo didn't.
Ball don't lie.
Ronaldo made his. That one was awful, but messy. Okay, I guess we can sign off here.
Yeah, hour and a half. Wow, a lot of coverage for
And
6
enjoy,
college football games, whatever we end up picking.
Enjoy the championship week. Root for chaos. Enjoy the football.
Wait, so because Portugal's already through, will they not be trying?
That's the thing,
I doubt Ronaldo plays.
Whoa!
So there's
which
that.
may or may not be a good thing.
Oh, his old ex.
If I was Portugal, I also would not play Bruno Fernandes. I think he is their engine. I would keep him fresh and healthy.
Because the only one that can catch them is Ghana. And Ghana is playing against a desperate Uruguay side who's better, at least more
Well, I guess-
talented.
They
So you
can't-
need the 1-0. The 1-0 Uruguay win is more realistic.
Yeah, I think Uruguay could be. I still think they're like a top 5 team here, but they haven't scored yet.
It's crazy.
But yeah, so you're right. Ronaldo will play tomorrow and Fernandes because they could still lose out on
And let's see what you can get. You
differential.
might have
Because
to,
if you get second in this group, you play Brazil.
wonder if you should financially back this because Korea's got to be what, north of $3 plus 300, right? At least.
To advance.
Well, not to advance, just to win the game, to win the match.
They're definitely
They
dogs.
are.
Yeah.
Plus 390. There you go, Ken.
Whoa!
Whoa.
And you know the scenario. You know the scenario. And to further it, France just lost to freaking Tunisia.
What?
Yeah, they didn't really matter.
Yeah, they kind of
Yeah.
just slept walk through it and never got anything going.
Yeah.
That second goal by South Korea the other day was sick, though, wasn't it?
They're both headers, weren't they?
Yeah, that second one they got really climbed up.
And they have the goal scorer, right? The guy from where?
The guy with the
Tottenham?
mask. The guy with the mask.
Yeah. Is he from where? Tottenham?
I have no idea where he's from.
Yeah,
Moon or Min, something like that. Chester
It's not a Kim because the Kims are all on the back line. Did you hear the Italian announcer or the Italian broadcaster broadcasting the game? He's running through the opening, the starting lineups or whatever. He's Keem.
No, I didn't
That's
hear it.
good.
Yeah, that was good.
All right, now should we sign off?
No, we could sign off.
From the AY, Beautiful State Capital, Blue State, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Danbury, Penn West.
Good night, all. We've served every audience tonight.
And Can to my east.
Have a good night.
Thanks for listening. We will see you back for some bowl previews. I will try to hide my disgust. But enjoy the weekend. It's going to be an awesome Saturday. Thanks for listening and have a good one.